A blessed evening, everybody. Saturday, July 25th, 2026, and it's around 7 p.m. in the evening. The sun is getting ready to set behind me in about another hour and a half. And I just wanted to show you the garden in its full glory. Didn't have time today to do almost anything, but everything looks amazing. I just wanted to share it with you. Right here are the cleomes. Look how beautiful and different colors they are. Different shades of purple, pink. Look at this one, white and pink. I just love them. At the end of the season, when these are the pods, the seed pods, whenever they dry up, I just collect all of them and spread them all around the garden, and they come out of random in the spring. And I just pull out whatever I don't like the area that it's in or whatever. But anyway, that's my avocado plant, my Hass avocado, which I grew from seed and planted her around 9 years ago. Still hasn't flowered, but there's still the hope of them maybe next season. And this is my transplanted Trachea, and she's doing quite well. But you see, there is my white crepe myrtle, and look how beautiful she is. She is planted her about 26 years ago, and she's about 30 feet tall and blooming right now. Look how beautiful she is. And if you take a look at her bark, how beautiful she is. She's shedding, which means she's growing. As she grows, she sheds, and look at the beauty of that canopy. Under the crepe myrtle, I have this caladium, this beautiful pink caladium, and these are impatiens over here, and a Golda Sokoba, and Wandering Jew under it. As we walk on the side of the garden, here we got my sago palm. It's beautiful as she is, and she's getting ready to put out some more fronds in the middle, which is a good thing. This is another species of caladium. Look how beautiful she is. This other crepe myrtle over here is a pink one and still forming the buds. And this purple one is blooming. And this is right under my big white one. Colocasia growing over here, and these are my cannas, which are doing a lot better than they did last season. And I have a white baby crepe myrtle over here, which I have to pull out of here. It's growing in the wrong place, and she started growing there last season. I never took her out, and I will be doing that before she gets any bigger. And the rest of my crepe myrtles are blooming. There's another pink one right there, and that one too. This blood banana growing right here. Look how beautiful the back of that is. Look how beautiful she is. And another musa, small one growing over here, right next to the pomegranates, which are growing nicely, still flowering and growing, and the fruit is gaining some size. Take a look at that. And look how nice and big that one is getting. And we have a double fruit right here. Look at that double fruit. Next to it is my yellow fig. And I thought she was dead in the beginning of the season, but she came back and about 3 feet tall now, and a ton of fruit growing on it, on the inside part of it. That's my variegated Gloriosa cordyline, or yucca. And then right on top of her is one of the purple crepe myrtles, growing nicely. It's another pink one over here. Canna's coming out of the ground and doing well, and soon they will be blooming. More cleomes in front of this and cannas. More cleomes, and take a look at this red crepe myrtle. She's about 3 years old, started growing there. She's probably a offspring from one of the ones in the back, and this is her third season here, and she's blooming next to this pink one and my big red one behind it. The sun is setting right behind me, so I'm trying to walk with the sun behind me. And these are more of my canna lilies, which are almost getting ready to bloom, and another small baby crepe myrtle in front of this huge pink one. This one is about 15 years old, and look how beautiful she is. These are my cacti, pencil cactus, and these bloomed about a month and a half ago. And this one had nice pink flowers. This dark leaf uh, crepe myrtle, look how beautiful she is, and look at those bright pink flowers. And this one also very purplish pink with some of my colocasias and alocasias growing under it. And this is the transplanted small weeping maple, which my palm in the front took the place off, switched places, as well as the rest of my musabasi over here and my very large trachea. And this trachea is at least 12 to 14 feet tall right now. And alongside this one, which started growing here, this grape myrtle is in her third season. Look how large she's gotten, and look how beautiful those flowerets are. Unbelievable. And next to my cactus, over here we have my tomatoes. Some of my tomatoes. I got some eggplant over here, and some of my white eggplant right over there. See it right there, and they're doing quite well. This purple crepe myrtle started blooming. The first one to bloom about 2 weeks ago. After the rains, a lot of the flower reds they fell down, but now she's continues to bloom and continuing to look still stunning. It's another look at my pink one from the inside here, and my beautiful Anset banana. And those down there are red diplodenias, and my beautiful pendo palm. Take a look at that beautiful. Apologize for the traffic noise, right? You got some motorcycles that just passed by and forget it. Anyway, the sun is setting right on that side, on the right hand side, so it might not look as good as I wanted to, so I'm gonna have to redo this video maybe tomorrow. So let's see what happens. These are my purple peppers, and the rest of my peppers doing quite well. Look how nicely they're growing. This is some basil, some rosemary, and more of my Italian peppers. Look how many, look how nice they're growing. Mexican petunia just shed its daily flowers. This blooms almost every day and then sheds the flowers at nighttime. It's amazing how that is. These are the ones for tomorrow. And my hibiscus, my red hibiscus, look how beautiful and stunning she is. My pindo palm, which had a flower pot in the spring, take a look at the fruit. And the fruit's coming right along and getting mature. And soon I'll be eating those as soon as they get ripe and bigger. And I've tasted them before, similar, very similar to a date. Different flavor, but very similar in texture to a date. And everything else looking fantastic as well. One of my cannas is blooming, and my small Washingtonia robusta doing quite well. Look at that new frond in the middle, nice and green and beautiful. This is my pink hibiscus, and I have this other red hibiscus here on the left side that it's been blooming on and off this week. It's one of my angel's trumpets of Brugmansia, full of pods and getting ready to bloom once again, along with this one. Take a look at all the pods, and this will be in full bloom pretty soon. And speaking of blooming, take a look at how these two look. Beautiful. My small date palm, which I grew from seed, has her fourth small frond, so she's doing okay. And she survived this past winter in a palm box, and hopefully she'll grow to be nice and big in this area. Next to my hibiscus, I have some more canna lilies, which are getting huge and no flowering yet on some of them, but some of them are. It's another one right here. Look how big she's getting. A lot bigger than last season, so I'm happy with that. Some colocasias and one of my sable miners. 5 years in the ground, no protection here in Jersey. Just took out like 3 pots for a friend of mine, and he's gonna come pick him up tomorrow next to this Vescornaria yucca. This is some wandering Jew I have under the crepe myrtle, and my Golda Sokoba. The sun is highlighting my large Musa Bastu bananas, and these have been in here 17 years. And they all died to the ground because of the rough winter we had, but all these are new shoots, and they came back nice and strong. And right now, she's about the 15-foot mark, between 12 and 15 feet tall. Isn't that amazing? In 4 months. The zinnias are growing nicely, and these are yellow poppies. They're closing up for the evening. And more of my blood banana. Look at that beautiful leaf. It's a beautiful specimen. Let's go into the backyard. And what we have here is a monstera. It's a triple trunk monstera in a pot. That's a fiddle-lick fig. I got 2 of those. Some alocasia. This is called a dragon fruit. This is a dragon fruit. And look how large she's gotten. And I could swear that she is almost getting ready to fruit, but let's see what happens. And my pineapple. She ripened prematurely during the heat wave, so I cut her down, and me and my wife ate her, and she was actually quite good. And then I have here some purple shamrock. Look at the beauty of these things. As well with my Hawaiian tie right next to it, and my spindle palm, which is about to open up, or is opening up a new frond there. I'm going up my pool now, and I'm going to show you how everything looks from there. And look at these blooming beauties also. And this one was in full bloom last week. During the rains, most of the things fell off, but she's reblooming again, and the yard is completely amazing as we enter dusk. This large one right here, this red one, it's about 20 years old, about 30 feet tall too, and I built that table around it. Still wearing my boot from the surgery, but let's make our way down nice and slow. Okay, Mel, you could. You had the pool is all yours. This is my guava, which is still blooming, or just finished blooming, and the fruit are growing nicely on it. It's filled with guavas, and this is my Meyer lemon, which is fruiting. It's also starting to bloom once again. Uh, these petunias that were in here were a casualty of the heat wave, as well as those right there. So I put my 2 amaryllis there to take their spots and fill in the spots, so it looks not too bad right there. And this yellow diplodenias here. alongside potted robellini. This spot was more petunias, but the heat wave got to them, and so I took these diplodenias from the front and planted them here to give it a pop of red, and everything else looking amazing, as well as this robellini and that yucca. This side I have another monstera, which is a single trunk, and look how big that is. Look how beautiful she is. And then right in front of her is another fiddle leaf fake. Look how nice she is. And this queen palm, my smallest one, and her center front is just getting ready to open up. Right behind me, largest queen palm. She's about 12 feet tall. It's my daughter in the pool. Wave. Hi. Please don't put me in this. Okay. And let's continue looking at the inside over here. That's my Schefflera, and the rest of my shade-loving plants. That's a spider plant. And that's my rubber tree and my fishtail palm. Doing a lot better here since she gets shade and sun. Whenever she was out over there with full sun, she was getting like yellow. So I guess she likes the spot, and that's where she's gonna stay. Well, this right here is my star fruit or carambola, and look how nicely she's doing. She was always turning yellow at me until I did some research and discovered that she likes acidic soil. So I took care of that by putting coffee grounds mixed in with the soil, which is acidic. And look how beautiful she got and is right in front of the inside. This banana. And this is another. This is a variegated lemon. Got a fruit right there and another one down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is right there. Same family as this one, which is not variegated. Ponderosa lemon. Excuse me. Look how big that is. And I got some more fruit on it. And everything else looking spectacular, as I could like to say. Some more white cleomes growing from just behind the concrete with the rest of my petunias. This is my blood orange, and she's full of fruit and some more blooms coming out. And look at those fruit full of oranges. Look at that. All over the place. She's doing really well. Look at all those oranges over here. And right behind is my lemon, which is constantly blooming, as you can see. And let me find so there's a bunch of large lemons back there. So there's one of them right there. And there's more on this side. It's my croton. I started growing some papaya in a pot. And it's about 20 plants in there, which I got to separate. And they're growing from nicely. I bought a papaya, got the seeds. That was about a month ago, and look how nice and big they're already getting. So it's my croton and my plumeria, my yellow plumeria. No seed pods or flower pods, but she's very finicky. She either does or she doesn't. Last season, bloomed all season. Anyway, and what can I say about my Washingtonian robusta, my large one? Look how beautiful. Look at that recovery. And that's the red crepe myrtle putting out more color. One more time. Back here, I got some cherry tomatoes and some pineapples. These are some, two pineapples and another Brook Mancha, the baby that I made from a cutting last year. Look how big she's gotten. And what can I say about my needle palm? Went through a rough winter, no protection, and little brown on the edges, but she made a nice comeback and she's doing real well. And so did my coleus back there, which is already going into seed. And all these coleus, I just when they seed, I just leave them in there and they come back every season. Trying to keep the sun away from the camera. And look at this purple alocasia, colocasia. Look how beautiful she is and big. And over here, I got more petunias and different elephant ears, alocasia, colocasias, and more coleus. Take a look at that. All coming back. Some more coleus right back over here. And look at this wandering Jew, or purple haze, they call them, and more purple shamrock. And these are the flowers. They close up for the evening, but they're nice and bright open when the sun hits them. So beautiful. And another alocasia. Look how beautiful these things are. Anyway, this is another dragon fruit, and look how big she's gotten, and look at this one, how long. And I know she's gonna bloom one of these days and give me a fruit, but it hasn't yet. And take a look at now this caladium that just started growing here from last season. I didn't plant it; it just came up from this pot. I have no idea how, but it is here. More coleus and petunias. Right, walking up to my fig tree, which was about 12 feet tall, but I had to cut it down to like half its size. But she is producing a lot of fruit now. And I thought she was a goner for sure because of the winter, but look at all that fruit. And she's doing beautifully. As long as my other colocasias and alocasias. Look at this Cavendish banana that a friend of mine, Kevin, gave to me. And along with my cilantro here is doing well. And this is a Tangelo that almost died on me. Took her a little too soon, but look, she's doing nicely and growing again, and everything else going well. More colocasia over here, and coleus, different species, and we have a blooming canna over here, a red one. Look how beautiful she is. And some of my grapes are starting to get color already, which means they're gonna start ripening soon. Anyway, a beautiful, blessed evening. I know this was a long one, but I had to show you almost everything. Hopefully the light came out well. We'll see when I download this, but beautiful, blessed evening. Take a look at my beautiful track in my pride and joy, like I call her. Look how beautiful she's gotten, and she's getting up there in the 11-foot range. As long as my Washingtonia back in the background. Anyway, beautiful, blessed day. Take care of yourself. God bless. Charcoal, say hello. That's my cat Charcoal there in the middle of the yard. I'll see you on the next one.